Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Some people will call me a trans channel, but I simply say I get the mind out of the way and I merge into oneness, into consciousness. So yeah, my eyes are closed as I'm tuning in and allowing the information to come through. But I don't see it as channeling in a normal way, if you will. When I think of channeling, there's usually me and some other being that I'm contacted with. But ultimately we're all interconnected in consciousness. So all I'm doing is dropping into consciousness and then sharing that information that comes through. And usually my eyes are closed, so I get rid of those external stimulations and distractions so I can focus in on what's coming through to relay it properly. So I have this new thing that was coming through on the prosperity codes. And this will be a workshop in the Vibrant Soul Society. But I just want to talk about the way to create prosperity, abundance is universal in a way. And I got my notes here in case I forget something what came through. First thing we need to do, we need to clear out the past and those past blocks, those beliefs that we have. And maybe it's also tied in to the past life karma that this incarnation is not our first incarnation. That maybe there's something we're bringing through from many, many years ago, if you will, in human ages, our incarnations, and it's been dragging you through. And it feels like my health issues were that way, where I had them for many years, and they just kept sticking around until I released that. So the first step we need to do, we need to clear that past out, those blocks, and maybe that past life karma. But how do we do this? This is where I have the workshop where I'm actually merging with the individuals there in the workshop and doing the work, you could say. And so the next step we have to realize, we have to really be fully here in this moment, bring our awareness into this moment. And most people are not fully present. They're not aware that they're sitting, that their feet are on the ground, whatever it may be. And typically when I'm doing this with individuals, they'll feel a sense of peace. Some will feel bliss, happiness, and some feel like a tingly sensation. And the third piece would be, what do I call it? Oh, this is a little abstract, but yeah, this is how it works. Bring the future into the present. Now we need to look at quantum mechanics for how this all works. Because in the quantum, there is no past, present, or future. Everything's happening simultaneously. There's all these different various timelines and possibilities, but everything is right here, right now. Even though as humans, we experience it as linear time. But in the quantum, it's all right here. So what we have to do is cut off the past, cut off that energy to the past that's holding us back in some way. Then we have to be fully here, really aligned with who we really are. And then we have to bring the future into this moment. And the way you can think of this is through intentions. Thank you for the new job. Thank you for the prosperity so I can pay my bills. Thank you for health. And we're just setting intentions. It's not our job to figure out all the steps for this to happen. And we also want to let go of the specific demands that I want a job doing this, this, that, and the other thing. Because the more specific you get, the more demanding, the longer that's going to take if it ever comes through. Because usually expectations become a block. But you're just making a very general statement. Thank you for the abundance to pay my bills. Thanks for the new job, if a job is needed. Abundance can come through many ways. Why does it have to be a job? That's also a belief system. We just put it up to the universe and we let the universe figure it out, if you will. And Abraham refers to these as the universal fairies that do this work. You can think of it as our ancestors or however hell it makes sense to you. But ultimately, we are consciousness. And there's trillions of pieces of consciousness, or trillions of forms all tied in with consciousness. But we get all hung up and stressed out about worrying, figuring things out. How do I do this? How do I accomplish this? Just saying thank you and your intention, but really feel that. It can't be a hollow, thanks for this, thanks for that. No, it has to be really, really felt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you say, thank you for the abundance so I can provide for my needs. And really feel into that. It just can be hollow words. Because hollow words are coming from the mind. That's where we want to really be rooted in presence when we set this intention. Essentially bringing the future into the present. Setting that intention for the abundance of work, of a car perhaps. Thank you for the reliable transportation. Thank you for this career. Thank you for this wife or husband, whatever it is for you, and deeply feeling this. So I'm doing this workshop in a few weeks within the Vibrant Soul Society, and I'm really giving the society all my attention. For that low monthly fee, I'm there a lot. Doing live sessions, answering the discussions, whatever is required. And Lori as well will be in there commenting in the community, adding her insights, like in the soul messages and some other events that we'll be doing in the future, is really just tuning into you. The whole point of the society is for you to step into your light, or some people would say the 5D, this highest expression of yourself, which is a pure consciousness. We can think of the 3D as this human experience where things are very linear. But in the 5D, if we want to go there, is really about everything's happening simultaneously. And there's infinite possibilities, infinite capabilities there. Everything becomes possible. And that's really the goal, is just to relax, dive into who you really are, this essence that knows all is well, all is in perfect order. There's nothing you cannot have. And the mind has all these rules, these requirements for our spiritual evolution. For you to evolve spiritually, you have to do this, this, that, and the other thing. Well, why is that true? Why do you believe that is true? I realized my divine essence within 2 weeks. And perhaps I did have some help from the Pleiadians on that. If you see my earlier video where I talk about these experiences I had at age 6 that potentially opened me up into a quickening, if you will. But I've seen many people tap into their divine essence. One client I was working with on a private one-on-one, very simple call, 20, 30 minutes, where I get into my trance state. We do these process, this meditation, and you play it back when you want because the energy is still there. Once again, there's no time and space. You play the meditation, the energy is there because it's all in the quantum all the time. And he's having all these wild mystical experiences as his whole body is shifting into the light, into that 5D, you could say, as all these earthly experiences, these traumas, just drop away, melt away. Because we're here for greater things, and the mind is always creating these limitations. And I would say the various flavors of head trash. But we just want to relax, be still, for this is where our power resides, is in the stillness. But then once we get those instructions, we need to take action, or the mind will just poo-poo it, get rid of it. It's too much work, whatever. Because the mind doesn't like to take action, especially action in a new way forward. The mind likes to be comfortable. The mind doesn't like anything new. And I'm here to flip over the table, if you will. Let's dive into you, create that life that you want to create. Let go of the daily stress, the daily anxiety, the daily worries. Let you stand in that light, the real you, creating life as you wish to create it. All right, I'll talk to you soon, and hopefully I'll see you around in the society. If not, I'll be creating some videos here as well as time permits. All right, take good care of yourself.